All right, welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Pin High Media. It's been a couple weeks, been 2 weeks, two big important weeks with the Masters and the RBC, but we're back to cover some great tournaments actually, the Zurich Open and the Mexico Open. So good on us for that timing. And we'll also talk some live golf over in Australia, some Tiger injury talk, and we'll get into the rest. Let's get into it. All right, let's get inside the ropes. Start the week. Are we starting with I know we missed the Masters and the RBC, so maybe we can do some 3-word reviews for. Are we doing 3-word reviews for Masters only or Masters and RBC?
You could interpret it any way you want. If you want to be Masters only,
Okay.
Masters only. If you want to be combined, be combined.
Okay. Jeek, you came up with this. I feel like you have something in mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have elevated events rock. Just
Okay.
have to say,
That's a
any
good
event
one.
with good players turned out pretty well so far. So
I will say it's and we'll talk about live and everything like that. I find it funny how all live guys or live Twitter guys are like this many fans tend to live in Australia. This the PGA Tour was terrible this week on rains. I'm like, well, yeah, it's the Zurich and you're and what there's a reason why you're going up against the Zurich and not the Heritage or I don't know some that stuff is all right, dude, this is take it look at it perspectively or different perspective. It makes zero sense why you're posting this, but I agree. Elevated events rock, a lot of fun.
I have mine. If
I'm not ready. Go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Gotcha. I'll go. PGA misses Brooks.
Yeah.
Question mark.
That's
question mark?
I think
Question mark.
I think we all.
I was gonna do I miss Brooks question mark because I don't know if I specifically do, but I think the PGA misses all those guys.
Maybe not all those guys, but the ones. Yeah, there's some that you're.
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean him, Cam Smith, Joaquin Neiman, DJ, and Nito maybe.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, I mean,
even Patrick Reed for the just the villain story. We don't really have a villain, so
yeah, no, exactly.
Pat Cantlay is not our villain.
But Brooks, yeah, well, that was me mine. Cantlay slow play drama. That basically that's last 4 weeks, or 3 weeks essentially.
Slow play drama. You could do it.
Yeah, too. Slow play is one word. And
gotcha.
With the
we
hyphen drama.
We're very loose on the rules here with the 3-word reviews, but
well, you guess it's one word. You could make it one word, I guess, but
sure.
Well, sure. The whole board situation and then these getting asked questions in the press room this past week, people are outraged over the Masters.
Hits a hole in one at the RBC and says, "I'm playing faster" on Twitter.
Yeah, that was funny, but then it took 5 minutes to hit a shot off the board on 13 or 14, whatever the hole that is. The RBC Heritage.
I think it comes down to the fact that I feel like the media kind of overplays it, kind of like the Brooks and Bryson situation, or even maybe in some cases the Liv situation.
It happens way more than we
kind of overplay it, and then the fans all go crazy for that storyline, and then it kind of becomes an issue because on the course, people are timing him and stuff
that and the Patrick said he never got approached by a rules official. It's just that's just what it is. Just accept it. There's no that's
and I don't
needs to change. It's not his fault.
I don't dislike Patrick Cantlay any more than I did before. Not that I dislike him. I just think he's kind of just whatever. He's somebody I think of, and I'm just sure. It's Patrick Cantlay. That's what
PGA Tour needs a villain, but I don't know if Patrick Cantlay is going to be able to be.
No, he's not.
He's just not. He doesn't talk enough.
He's not. He's.
I lean towards.
I have no feeling on him.
I like him more than I dislike him. Probably.
I wish he would embrace it. Imagine.
I don't like watching him. I don't like watching him.
He's not that guy.
He's just not. But imagine if
not.
he just turned heel.
He doesn't care enough.
Just like a WWE story, like quiet guy becomes like big heel.
I will say I would trade. Like I think all of us agree. I would trade Patrick Cantlay for Brooks in a heartbeat. Like, I think everyone would.
Yeah.
Maybe there is
It's
a
just like,
day when
oh,
there's trades between Liv and the PGA Tour.
oh, imagine that. That'd be
2050.
something else.
Yeah,
Flip makes it that long.
I like that segment.
Rory,
The 3-word review.
all right.
Yeah, we can do
Also,
that
I have
whenever.
another one. Sorry, one more. Rory fucking sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, Rory's off of our not on the top of our list right now.
Shit list.
Yeah,
No, career. Or correct, not career. Yeah, and now
I'm still mad.
I'm trying to come up with 3 words for this like Zurich and Mexico stretch. It's just like it's not good.
Waiting for
Well, there
man.
you go. It's not good.
yeah, there you are.
Didn't even have to try. But yeah, let's talk some Zurich. As you look through like the leaderboard, you see some guys and you're like, oh, that makes sense that they'd be a good pairing. Like now that we have seen Davis Riley and Nick Hardy win, you're like, oh, they have played together since they were kids. Like,
I
wish
couldn't
knew
have told
that
you what
beforehand.
That's
I
cool.
could have told you what Nick Hardy looks like. Nick Taylor, Nick Hardy, and who won Taylor Moore? They're all the same person. It's like the Sea Island Boys to me. Like they're all
that's what
they're
I
all the
agree.
same exact person. And they're like it's like Nick Hardy, Nick like Taylor Moore. Like they're all like the same name. It's like I
Yeah,
don't know. Couldn't tell them apart.
the Nick Taylor squad,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Nick Taylor brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
My takeaway from the week was I am in love with Sung Jae and Keith Mitchell as more than I.
Yeah, that's a
before.
great
Yeah,
matchup.
it's such
It's
a
so
good pairing.
fun. Like this, they're smiling the whole time. Like they're talking about hitting lasers. Like it's just like it's
Good
something you
vibes.
wouldn't have thought. Like
Keith
probably
Mitchell
like culturally,
getting Sanjay to
like
be a
two,
Georgia guy.
yeah, like two like seemingly completely opposite. Like not like wouldn't match at all. But it works perfectly and it's awesome.
It
I'm
kind of
always here
just
for it.
made me think of something because, like, obviously, you'll never see Keith Mitchell and Sung J M play together in a Ryder Cup or a
No,
President's Cup. What if the PGA had like an All-Star game
I mean that would.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think
instead of like the
they should do that.
QBE or something like that?
But they can do that in like what if they did that in the fall where there's like the opposite field events and like the top like however many guys like you get like yeah you're in this all-star event and you're playing well it's just like you could say it's like the match or
But still make it like elevated in the sense that
yeah
like there's a lot of money involved and like I don't know about
like I
standings points, but like
I would
Yeah, but
watch
you could bring like a skills competition into it, like all the other
yeah
like leagues do.
like
It could be interesting.
do like a long drive
Yeah.
even have like a hole in if you had a hole in one challenge and you had like 5 guys trying to hit a hole in one like 113-yard par 4 and like if someone makes it in the time frame like that would be like electric I think
yeah, and if not closest
you make
to
it
the
fun
pin.
yeah
I mean, yeah,
you can
live
make
golf
fun
kind of
things
feels
out
like
of it.
feels like an all-star game to me, just like in how they go about it every week. But
Yeah,
I
it
feel like
would.
they would have that idea before the PGA Tour does. But I don't know, maybe
If
not.
if they're smart they would do it yeah
I think we just kind of came up with something there.
yeah PGA Tour hit us up
All-Star
Yeah.
game. And it'd be like Ryder Cup.
I'd
style.
watch that more than the
Where would we host the All-Star
I didn't
game?
watch a
Would it be
second I didn't
rotating?
watch a second of
Where
this
would
era.
we host it?
Rotating event.
All like we'd host them at like
Sawgrass?
Sand Hollow and stuff like that. Like we'd host them at all the golf courses that like Bandon that don't get majors right now,
I'd be
or
sick.
maybe probably will never, but like are like cool destinations. I mean, realistically, the first one would probably be in like Vegas at like the Wynn course.
Honestly, the first 3 realistic
Can't really
ones
put
like
people there.
PGA Tour All-Star competition, just like they're just gonna go to Sawgrass and go 17, 18 or something.
Paynes Valley would be kind of sick.
Paynes
Valley would
Valley,
be
yeah.
cool.
No, all these would be definitely pretty cool. All right,
We just came
good
up
on
with
us.
something.
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zurich overall, it's the Zurich. It was
Bleh.
entertaining-ish.
Yeah, I was really pumped for the Matt Fitzpatrick, Alex Fitzpatrick storyline. You know, big
That would've been
bro
cool.
gets little
I
bro
would've liked
tour
that.
card basically.
Mm-hmm. No, that would
Yeah,
oh,
there's-
Like,
yeah,
status.
That would have been.
Yeah,
Would it have given him?
Yeah, like what's the deal with that?
a win gives you status, right? On the PGA Tour, it counts as a win.
I
No, but
wonder.
he gets brought in off of. There's got to be some sort of special rule for that.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's like a non-member becomes a member if they win, right?
I mean,
So
but there's one guy in the field. I mean, granted, John Daly and Duval are in the field, but there's one pro I heard that was playing with someone who's a Canadian, like maybe it's I think it's like maybe a veteran exemption, so he's a veteran, but he shot 42 over in Canadian Q school or something like that, and he's like playing in this event. And it's like what happens if you won? Like what happens if he has the week of his life and wins? Does he get
I
status in the
mean,
PGA Tour and
that'd be
shoots
pretty
100
sick
every
Zurich?
week?
for him. Yeah, good on him
That's
if he
the beauty
wins.
of the Zurich.
Like,
Yeah,
but
Somebody
so
who
yeah, it's just like that's why people like that in this tournament makes me think like, all right, this is just not a serious tournament. Like, and I do not need to tune in.
yeah, somebody who I can tell you for a fact will never play in another Zurich Open is Tiger Woods. One, because he's just never would, and two, because well, that's a good segue into
I mean, Tiger and
our next
Charlie at the
topic.
Zurich in like 20.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
you know
that'd
what?
be sick. All right,
Good point.
we
We're
will
revisiting
revisit
that.
this clip
Yeah.
in 10 years or 5 years. I
Well,
don't know.
that's the clickbait title.
Yeah.
He actually would do that, I think.
No, he would. It'd be like an
Would.
upgraded version of the Ritz-Carlton one.
Yeah, basically.
Where was John Daly walking around? Was he in a cart? Do we know?
I don't.
Or was he allowed to be?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I didn't watch a lot of John Daly this week. All I could say is his
Oh,
yeah.
beard is getting a little out of control.
But I think Tiger could walk around. This is a little bit of an easier walk than Augusta National for sure.
But I mean, right now he can't.
No,
Yeah,
can't.
surgery.
What's
Maybe
the
it's-
so
maybe
it's,
it's a
he's
good
out for the
thing.
whole year?
Yeah, maybe it's a good thing that he got the surgery though. Like it will
Well,
help him out.
I heard it. It sounds like it's a quality of life thing where he gets it and he can because like the pain is so much on his ankle that he'll get it, but it like is reduces his mobility of his ankle. So like that kind of like that might like who knows how much that limits him. And I'm not a doctor or
Yeah.
golf like physiologist, but it I don't know. It probably has some effect on his golf swing for sure in the future. Like when he's fully recovered from it, which is going to be probably like we might next time we see him might be Augusta next year.
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
see.
I
I
mean,
Or
guess.
PNC maybe I guess.
Yeah,
knows?
it's crazy. He's for sure ruled out of all the majors, I'm assuming.
I think that's everything I saw was like he's out for the year.
They said like a
Okay.
6-month recovery, right? Was that what it was?
Yeah. So
Yeah, like
okay.
or I saw someone like said like it was like 2 months for in a boot and then like therapy after that. I'm like, all right, he's not.
Yeah,
like,
he's not
there's
gonna
At the end of the
play.
day, like
reason he's gonna play.
Does it
how
really
much
matter?
was Tiger
Yeah.
really like contending at any of these? Not
The
really.
fact
It's
that-
just
the
kind
fact
of
that he
fun
still made the
fun
cut.
thing.
Maybe the Open, yeah.
Tiger
Yeah,
was a prop bet this year.
Yeah.
That's what he was going to be. He was a prop bet, which is disrespectful to say, but that's what it was.
Yeah. He
But
sells tickets,
another injury,
basically.
Willie Z, unfortunate to see.
Forgot.
Acquaintance of the pod, you might
Yeah.
say.
We've DM'd. We've slid in. He slid in
Yeah.
ours.
Well, what was the surgery on again?
Back surgery, right?
Again?
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe that was foot too.
Or was it foot surgery?
I think it might have been, I don't know.
It was, it was
I think
2.5
foot.
weeks ago that we already forgot what it
know.
was. Let me think about it. He withdrew with the back injury. I don't know what if he got the surgery.
He withdrew for a nagging back injury.
Herniated disc.
Okay,
right?
so it's still his
herniated
back.
disc. Yeah.
He's out, and he won't
Yeah,
again
back surgery.
be on a Ryder Cup or President's Cup team.
That
And
sucks.
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because like I'd rather see Willie Z play like a Keith Mitchell. You know?
Absolutely. I'd be pumped. Like he's on a Ryder Cup, like showing the emotion he showed at Tennessee last year. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Like I want to see that.
Yeah. No, he plays with a lot of fire. Like at the U.S. Open too, when he made that putt, or even at the PGA Championship, he's been in the contention for so many.
I
big
know.
tournaments.
I know. It
I
sucks,
want
and
to
we're
see
not
him
going to
win
see
so
him
badly.
this year at any of
I
them.
know.
Yeah.
So
Another guy that you might as well be like, oh, he's off at Live because like you're just not going to see him.
I mean, speaking like
Yeah.
Daniel Berger has not played this year, right? And I
Yeah.
keep thinking that he's gone to Live, but then I'm like, no, he just hasn't played. He's hurt.
I don't know what his deal is either. Who knows?
Nor do I.
Yeah.
Was he at the President's Cup last year? Like, I don't even remember.
I don't know.
Or in the majors? Like, I don't remember even playing him last year.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Daniel Berger, just like not being ready to go.
But he's also another guy where it's like oh I like him, but like I don't feel strongly about him. But like I like him more than like Cantlay. It's just the guy. Like, all right, we forgot
he
he's
also
even,
has the
not even
back
playing.
injury. He withdrew from the Open last year, and we haven't seen him since.
That's right.
That kind of blows. Back injuries are tough. I mean, we saw Jason Day
Jason Day
finally getting back from it now. But
yep.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't happen to Zalatoris. That would suck.
Yeah,
hopefully not. I was just looking through the Office Football Pool one and done rankings for the Mexico Open, and I did see earlier today that John Rahm's like plus 275 to win this tournament, which is crazy.
Down to plus 260.
A crazy number.
Masters champion John Rahm. We might have.
Masters champion.
I know, but just crazy, ridiculous number. And then Tony Finau's like plus 750 or something like that. But I'm looking at a couple of these guys. I know earlier I said Akshay season because it's like a resort course. And I don't know if that's going to be chalky or not. I haven't looked at anything like specific towards that, like that's mentioned him. But just that one feels right. Do bombers do well at Vedanta?
Yes.
I think it's only the second season there, right?
It's bomber. Last year basically was like the highest like bomber course, I think, or up there. Like so driving distance matters by far the most.
Will Gordon's in there.
I wonder
Akshay's a pretty good driver of the ball, right?
Højgaard's like.
That's what I was looking at.
Because I like him and
big.
Did you see the Data Golf tweet
big
last
driving
week?
Distance.
Did you see the Data Golf tweet last week? So he played last week in the Zurich, and the strokes gained on all shots. Højgaard was 7.6 gained strokes gained total, and his partner Olesen was 10.5 lost. So literally, his partner just left him out to dry the whole week.
He bombs the ball, like well above average.
Yeah, I mean that'll be the chalk. But if you guys want to do that, I'm down as well.
I'm down with that.
I just think I don't think we're picking him in another
like young up and comer. No, we're not going to pick him in another event.
But yeah,
I'm down with that.
Okay. He has a couple.
I like him too.
This year.
I've been a fan of him for a little bit.
That's what that's kind of the hope I have for Team Europe and the Ryder Cup to be competitive. Like he and his brother.
Yeah,
like that would be cool. Would be so sick if they were on the Ryder Cup team. Yeah.
And then alternate, do we want to do Akshay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. But that Will Gordon one, hang on to Will Gordon and Wyndham Clark. I feel like Wyndham could be good here.
I will say
find Akshay.
Højgaard solo second at the Corrales Punta Cana. This kind of feels like that. So yeah, might be.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That is a good
find Akshay.
Basically, it's a little bit better field, Corrales Punta Cana.
Is that kind of similar, like you need driving distance?
Yeah, I mean it's a resort course. It's just hit it as far as you can and then get it close and make some putts.
All right, Nikolai, you are locked in. Shall we get in the clubhouse to end the week?
Yeah, sure.
I feel like we've played or at least me and Jeek have played a lot of golf since.
I played 3 times this weekend.
Recording. Yeah. No, we've been playing a lot of golf, and the game is coming back. It's
back.
It feels good right now.
Love it. We need to get a golf trip on the books.
We
do. I mean, we're working towards it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the highlight of my round, non-playing, was that I played first four holes by myself, and then I was joined by a nice 87-year-old man named Deho. He was a stick.
Shut up. Really?
It was stick in his driver on par 3. Probably.
You love to see it.
Stick in his driver on par 3s.
like that hole-in-one announcement.
Oh yeah, the one that you sent
When
us.
you earlier.
Driver
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
par
yeah.
three
Yeah,
18.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I drive around
Exactly.
18.
Exactly. Anything notable from you guys?
I shot 78 3 days in a row, so I'm pretty.
Good
Consistent.
for you, but also,
It's like, well, I
how did you
yesterday I
that's crazy. 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row. Uh, one day was at TPC Sugarloaf, which was so like they're having the senior tournament there in a couple weeks, and the place was
So
like
is that nice to shoot 78 there?
perfect. Yeah, it felt really good there. The greens were like that course was like impeccable. And then yesterday hit 9 greens and 9 fairways the first 9 holes and shot 2 over par 38, which was lovely. That
So
was really
what, two,
fun.
3 putts?
3 3 putts and a birdie.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Still,
Were they like
yeah, it was.
long putts for the 3 putts, or was it like bad 3 putts?
One of them was a kind of a messed up green. Uh, Actually, two of them were just kind of like messed, like just tough pins, and the other one was just like a putt. Like I knew right away. I'm like, that's 10 feet past the hole. But it was, and again, good fast greens. But I don't know, like it came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I'm hitting like crushing the driver. Stealth two. I don't know about Rory, but I'm loving it. So, uh, you'll see when we play in a few months. I'm hitting the ball further than I've ever hit it in my life. So it's
All right.
I
be
would
fun
say
to
the
see.
I'm
say the
excited to see
opposite
it.
on my end here. The driver is not in a good spot, but the rest of my game is actually in pretty good shape. But the driver is struggling. It's like the only club in the bag that's not working. So you hate to
You
see
play
it.
the mine.
Yeah, the mine I don't need the driver. I think I shot like an
That's true.
85 last
You don't need
week,
the driver.
and I don't even think
I
I
can
hit the ball that well.
I played a combined 18 holes this weekend. I played 9 at in Syracuse and 9 at Silvermine.
Gets a big reaction.
Ah, Hughes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was really awesome that I played at Silvermine, huh? But I think the last thing we should talk about is if we do this golf trip, what will be the format of of uh, of our competition throughout it?
Um,
Depends. We get in the
I'd
fourth.
imagine there'd probably be 2 rounds played.
what are we playing? Is Jackson coming?
If you guys would be okay with that, yeah, Jackson is like a
Fine with
2-hour
that.
drive from there.
If he wants to
That's
come.
fine. If we can figure out a weekend and we get 4 of us. I don't know. We can mess around. There's a lot. Like my other Pat was here this weekend. That's why we played. Uh,
Right.
and we play this hammer game where you the hole starts with the first hole starts with a $1 bet, and then if you like, you can hammer anyone. Like any one of us could hammer at any time when one of our balls is in the air, and it doubles the bet, and then it switches over to the
When it's
next
in the
person
air.
when it's in the air.
So would you rather do it on an approach shot probably?
Well, if like for instance one hole other Pat like blocked his driver straight right into like trees. I'm like, yeah, I'm like
So
immediately,
you
I'm like
double it.
hammer,
Yeah.
hammer, hammer, and yeah, and then
Oh, so you can do it on someone
but
else
like
too.
Good thing
like if his driver, but
my bad
yeah, you
shots
can
don't
do it,
get off the
you can do
ground.
it.
So
Basically, no, we never did really did our own shots. We would just do it if one of us hit a bad shot, and we're like, we're hammering the bet. But then but then if you then if you can hammer it, it could be in the middle of the fairway. Then you can hammer and then it switches over to the next team or person, and you all then after the first person hammers, it alternates. It's like you can't hammer twice in a row. If you hammer again, uh, it doubles the bet again, so it's a $4 bet. And then if you tie the hole, the bet carries over, so the next hole is a $4 bet, and if you hammer, it's 8. And then we got to like the last hole. If I made birdie, we did birdie doubles. If I made birdie in the last hole of the whole weekend, I would have won $32 on just one hole.
That sounds
just the
like
last hole.
would that be a
It's
better
fun.
1v1 game than a 2v2 or like a
I think it
Could
is.
be a
Yeah,
2v2,
maybe
but
because they're but like I think the 2v2 a lot of hammers could be in play, but that's just a fun game that
Oh, if it's 2v2 as
could,
well. Yeah.
yeah, a lot more balls in there. Or we could just do like
Interesting.
I don't know, we could
like some
figure it
kind of
out.
best
Best
ball
ball,
teams. Yeah. Something along
best ball,
those
but
lines.
yeah,
I
Well,
don't know.
you guys,
Our best ball
and
wasn't that bad a
handicaps,
couple weeks
handicaps
ago.
too.
Yeah, true.
We need like we'll have handicaps as well.
Got to shoot a couple bad scores to move up.
Jackson has been. He played 36 holes this weekend, and he's been like trying to get a handicap through Jen. Like he
that's good.
He's been
What
playing
would you
a
guess
little bit.
Jackson's handicap is at these?
I don't
days?
know, but I think like
what are yours at? What are both of yours at right now?
I think I'm out.
Mine's
like
up to like a 14 something.
Yeah, I'm at like a 16 something. I think maybe
14.9.
God
Jackson shot. I think he shot like 93 and 100 this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple bad scores next weekend, and I could get my handicap up to like 18. Trev, watch out.
Oh, Jeek. Well, yeah. I guess if Pat and Jackson are partners, yeah, Jeek, jack it up. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 20. I'm 20 going into our golf trip.
I'll conveniently shoot a 136.
Yeah. Well, you have to knock out. You have to get all those like 80, like low 80s out. Just get them out. Like play enough rounds to get them out.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about Silvermine is like if I do shoot like a low 80, it doesn't really move my handicap that much because the
just hit driver every hole, no matter what it's par 3 or not. Just see what you can do with driver and Can's real score.
Hey, if I could get into a groove of the driver, that might change.
If we're partners, our goal is to shoot net 49. Okay, that's the goal.
Oh, I get.
Wait, on 18 or 9?
On 18.
On 18, yeah. We're breaking. What? Hey, if 18. I get my handicap up to like a 30, we might be able to do it. So
yeah, Jackson get 2 strokes a hole.
Okay, so he's gonna be, if he hits a hole in 1, he'll get a negative. How does that work? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I think if you get a stroke on a par 3, you make a hole in 1, like you win, you just win the hole. That's like guy can't make a hole in 1. Get 0. Okay, guy can't make a hole in 1 and lose.
Interesting.
Imagine that.
Yeah,
never heard of that happen.
What a time!
Before,
like my whole golf game is like if I hit driver, I'm probably making double, and then the rest of it, like it's just like bogeys and pars and maybe occasional birdie.
The key after a round like that, G, because you have to say, "Oh, it's the best round of my life. I've never done that before."
Yeah. Right.
We'll figure it out.
Sandbagger.
Yeah. Like that one guy on Twitter or whatever shot like that one group or whatever it was.
Yeah, 52 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something outrageous. We'll figure it out though. We'll get something going. We'll figure it out.
Sweet. And next week, obviously this week we have the Mexico Open, but next week, we'll be trying to defend for the 3rd time the Wells Fargo, 3rd time in a row.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll see. Max Homa's looking nice.
But so far he hasn't been doing great with expectations.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. He's going into it a little bit on a little downswing, and then he comes back and he wins it, and you're just like, wish I picked him.
I just want to see him compete in a major, just get in the mix because he hasn't been in the mix once.
Be awesome.
Is it at back at Quail Hollow?
Back at Quail Hollow, I believe.
So Rory maybe can come back, but also
so it's Wells Fargo, Charles Schwab, I believe.
Oh no, Charles
PGA. So no, Byron Nelson, not Charles Schwab.
Byron Nelson.
Yeah.
Byron Nelson's where?
Texas. Craig Ranch.
Of course.
I've been there 3 times.
That car stinks. Yeah.
It's a nice club.
Been there?
Yeah, I went for the Byron Nelson last year, and then I went to 2 different outings.
I mean, Byron Nelson. Yeah.
I'm sure it's a nice course, but it's not great for watching TV. Like
it doesn't do it like
27 under par.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I've been, I was actually conveniently or inconveniently sick all 3 times I was there. I had like a cold.
Just something in the air.
Yeah, something in the air in Texas doesn't sit right with me.
Interesting,
I guess. But cool. We'll see you next week as Max Homa tries to defend and John Rahm tries to go for that plus 250 cash winner.